the bigger news in Miami sports, in my opinion, is that Lionel Messi coming to Miami's MLS team, Inter Miami.
What?
Apparently, he
what?
was in talk. He was
How much are they paying this guy?
a fuck ton of money, bro. A fuck ton of money.
Where are
I
they
think he's
getting the money?
I think he's getting part. I think what they did like an equity deal. So he's like gonna. I think he's gonna become. Like he's gonna own a percentage of like all this ticket sales, of like all the fucking jersey sales, of potentially might become a part owner. But they're also saying because the league is gonna grow so much from this. There's another league. I'm not super familiar on it. One of my homies. I wish I could have talked to him today because he could have given me a little bit more backstory on this. There's another league here in the States that's also growing in popularity. Milwaukee apparently might get one of their teams. It's like another professional league, but it's not the MLS. And there's talk that they might merge with the MLS. And Messi apparently may or may not be eyeing up owning one of these teams eventually. So coming to the States is going to be huge for his brand because there's going to be way more media opportunities here. Playing wise, obviously the league is not as talented player wise, so he's going to be basically, if he was starting to taper off in his career, he's going to be right back to being the best player, one of the best players in the league, depending if he wants to be, right? So it's going to be huge for him. It's going to be huge for MLS. It's going to be huge for American soccer in general.
I don't know. Do you think the media grasp over here is going to be stronger? Probably, like, in general, but not for, like, soccer-wise.
I think soccer will become more important on a mainstream level here because of this.
Yeah,
because,
definitely.
Yeah, just because there hasn't been that much intrigue, and now I don't know. Yeah, games are going to be put in primetime TV spots they weren't before. Tickets prices already went up crazy. People are going to be just interested, and now you're going to get people for the first time because soccer, at least in America, the way people watch soccer, it's different than other soccer in America. I feel like is similar to basketball in America, where we don't root for teams necessarily. We root for players. And it's not like that. Like American football is different when it comes to the NFL. Yeah. You root for a team. Mm-hmm. It's more so the team focused than it is players. And the league does it that way too. The league promotes the Bears or the Packers, so that whatever player you love retires, you still are a fan of that team. It's like how many of us were born into either Packer fan or a Bears fan. We're that our whole lives. Yeah. It's like it's a predetermined thing, and I don't choose.
Like you can pick up a second favorite, but you'll never replace the number one.
No, that's your team. You might have a favorite player, but it's like this is your team. This is the team that you have jerseys of, that you have embarrassing family photos in that gear, that you go to games, maybe tailgate,
when
do whatever.
They go to the playoffs,
you're hyped.
Who you're rooting for.
Exactly. But when it comes to the NBA, I'm a Bulls fan. But how many Bulls fans are there across the world because of Michael Jordan? And basically that's what the NBA learned, because the NBA used to try to market teams, and when Michael Jordan became bigger than basketball, they were like, man, people only give a fuck about the Bulls if we have Jordan. And then they learned, let's push the players. Yep. And so you have Jordan, then you have Shaq, Kobe, then you have LeBron, Steph, KD. So you have these people. That's why you have signature
Russell,
shoes.
Damian, all these guys that are just they just promote the player.
But when it comes to soccer overseas, you root for your specific football club team for your city, or if it's on the international level, you're rooting for your country. Yeah. Okay, so it's like I'm rooting for my country. It don't matter who the fuck plays for it. It's my country, right? Yeah. But for America, how Americans view a sport, I guess, like soccer, for whatever reason, at least as a normie, as a not super into it, we care about. There are tons of Americans that don't watch soccer, but they love Messi and they love Ronaldo, and they love Neymar. They love these big names, David Beckham. They love these guys, so they'll just watch them in whatever that they were doing. Yeah. And so now that you have him coming to the States, I think that is going to be big.
Do you think that America was like the first to start targeting players over teams? Probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm sure. Like, I think Michael Jordan. Like, that's where I know it's like it's cliche to say, but Michael Jordan really did change like all of sports and the way they're marketed and the way that athletes in general make money
with Nike.
Yeah. So it's just wild. And so I think Messi's gonna have a great stint here in the States. Hopefully he plays for a few years. I'd love to go see him play. That'd be so cool.
That would be so awesome.
I've never been to an MLS game. And it's like, look at that.
I have never
been. I've been to soccer games, but I've not been to an MLS game. Yeah.
High school soccer.
Yeah. That's true. I've never been to professional.
Yeah,
I've never been to like a good soccer game.
Or like even.
So like, think about that. Like, we are some normies, but if one of our friends is like, "Hey, you guys want to go see fucking Messi in like 3 months from now?" Yeah, I'll pay $100 to go see Messi, and it's way more than that right now. It's apparently way more than that, but I'll go pay $100 to go see him. That'd be
probably
sick.
Not any more than $100.
Did you watch the Michael Jordan movie? Yes, I did. Air. It was solid. It was good. I was a little. The shoe movie, the movie about Air. It was a little flat. It was okay. The movie was good. It was interesting, but it was like. I do like biopics or like movies about like somebody like making it, and it's not so much about that. It's more of like a company biopic. So it's like how Nike is like failing, and especially the basketball division, because they were just a running shoe company really. Yeah. And then they gambled it all on Jordan, and it went very well. But yeah, so he but yeah, dude, he changed that, and it's interesting too. Like, so Ronaldo just signed. Was it last year? He's playing in Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian league, because they got all this fucking oil money. They be paying the big bucks to these fucking people, man.
This is insane.
So they paid him a shit ton of money to come play there. So he's playing there. It's a lesser league. The competition is not as tough, similar to MLS, right? Where it's like whatever, but they're like Saudi Arabia is fucking porking out a ton of money right now to all these sports: boxing, soccer, basketball, everything. They're trying to just golf, which we'll get to with the PGA thing and everything. They are paying a ton of money to bring sports to Saudi Arabia. And so Ronaldo signed with them. And Messi was in talks to sign with them as well. But he decided to come to America instead. So it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Messi might have made the right choice coming to America money-wise.
I think so too, man.
It might not be as much up front, but it's going to pan out.
Yeah.
In the 10-year span.
Now he'll be a billionaire. Yeah. And he might become a team owner. He might be an MLS owner.
And then you can really just sit.
Yeah.
And chill. Retire.
And I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. It's just gonna
people are gonna root for your team because you're Messi.
I don't know. I just think it's gonna be cool. It'll be cool to see.
The evolution.
Just be cool to see where the MLS goes in general from this decision. Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety, or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do it.